Welcome to the FitStart Overview. We will dive into this fun 8-week challenge that officially begins January 15th, 2024. So what is FitStart? FitStart is a small team's well-being challenge where we encompass the 8 dimensions of wellness that you see used throughout the Live Well OU program. The idea is to focus on your overall well-being and engage in all of those dimensions throughout the 8 weeks. The challenge does officially begin on January 15th, so you have a little bit of time to form those teams and get things started and get a game plan going. There are team goals and then as well as individual weekly challenges that you can engage in as well. So there's a variety of things for you to engage in over the 8 weeks for your overall well-being. Participants and teams can earn up to 520 Live Well points. Those points do get applied to the first quarter. Requirements to participate. So first and foremost is, of course, you have to be a university employee, staff, or faculty. That's fine. And then, of course, create your Live Well OU portal account if you haven't already. You can create your account at livewellou.com, and you will use PIN 2020 when prompted. If you already have a Live Well portal account, go ahead, log in. And you'll have a invite to the wellness portal, to the FitStart challenge, I apologize, on your homepage. Now you'll need a team of 2 to 3 members in order to participate. So find 2 to 3 colleagues and start forming that team, and you guys all can join together. We don't encourage you to join a random team without reaching out to us first, because a lot of times there are departments that are working on getting their other team members in the wellness portal to join the challenge as well. Once you're in the challenge, you've joined your team, create that wellness goal. You're going to be prompted to create a wellness goal. This wellness goal must be entered in by January 31st of 2024. So get that in there, work on setting that SMART goal. There's some resources in there as well for the SMART goal. So what is your goal over the next 8 weeks? What are you going to work on with your well-being? It doesn't have to be walking more necessarily. It can be any type of well-being goal. And then, of course, 4, have fun. The most important part of this challenge is that you're learning, you're having fun, and you're engaging in different things throughout the next 8 weeks. So how do the FitStart points work for the challenge? So there are team goals, and those team goals, you have sleep goals, step goals, and then, of course, fruit and veggie serving goals. And so each of those team goals are worth 15 points. So if your team meets each of those goals, you get 15 points for meeting each of the sleep goals, the step goals, and then the fruit and vegetable serving goals. In addition to your team goals, you have the option to participate and complete weekly challenges individually. So these will be weekly prompts that you can engage in and log for 20 points a week. As mentioned, the points will be added to the first quarter, but it will be added at the end of March after the challenge has been completed. Just a gentle reminder, make sure you get that wellness goal in by January 31st to earn the points from the challenge. We want you all to be successful and have something to work towards over the next 8 weeks. So those team goals that I mentioned, and if you are a team of 2, the following are your goals. So as a team of 2, you're going to work towards 75,000 steps together per week. So that doesn't mean you both have to have the exact same amount of steps. One person could be a super marathon runner, and the other person maybe is not, but you're still working towards that goal together. 40 servings of fruit and veggies per week together, and then 60 hours of sleep per week together. For a team of 3, the steps goals are 112,500 steps per week. And then 60 servings of fruit and vegetables per week, 90 hours of sleep per week. And these are all totaled together as a team. You're working on these as a team. These are completed on a weekly basis. And for each one that you meet per week, you get 15 points allotted towards your team. The team and individual weekly challenge data is due by the following Tuesday after that week has concluded. So for example, week 1 will be due during Tuesday of week 2 by 5 p.m. So those team goals are referred to as biomarkers in the wellness portal. And that is, again, the steps, the sleep, and the fruit and vegetables. You enter those under the biomarker entry tab, and there's a few ways to enter some of these, and we'll dive into that as well. But for fruit and vegetable servings, those are manually logged, no matter if you have a fitness device or app that syncs to the portal that does log fruit and vegetables. It does not communicate with the portal in this challenge specifically. So you'll want to make sure you log those fruit and vegetables, regardless if you have a fitness device that syncs food. Log that under the biomarker entry. Sleep, if your fitness device does not sync that data to the portal, or you do not have a fitness device, you'll want to manually enter in your sleep under this tab as well. You can enter it in with the keyboard, or select, there's a little bar and you can select the hours. Be sure to click save after you've entered in each item if you're manually entering. So you can see the green little save button there. Be sure to click that so that way it logs it. It might take a few minutes for that data to update, but you have to click save in order for it to update under your profile. For steps, if you have a fitness device that syncs, it will communicate with those to the portal. And then if you do not, there are add exercise features in the wellness portal where you can manually log those. It's kind of nice. Logging physical activity, as I mentioned, you can sync a compatible fitness device that will talk to the portal, or you can manually log. And even if you have a fitness device, I know sometimes it doesn't catch all types of physical activity when you're using a device. So you could still manually log other things that it doesn't catch that you do. So if you're going to manually log, you'll want to do the add exercise option or use the steps converter. And these options are located on the right side of the home page. If you scroll down just a little bit, you're going to see the add exercise and the add exercise steps converter. So with both of these, you'll select an activity type. It's going to ask for intensity or minutes, for example, and then you select the date you'd like to apply it to. When you use the steps converter, for an example, you did 60 minutes of ballet. So you type in 60 minutes, you select ballet, and then you click convert, and then it's going to tell you how many steps that's approximately worth, and you can apply that to whichever date on the calendar. For fruit and vegetable servings, these servings are logged as a total of both. So what that means is you ate 2 fruit servings and 1 vegetable serving. You would log that you had a total of 3 servings that day in the wellness challenge. If you eat more than 5 servings a day, that's fantastic. We absolutely love to hear that. But if you don't, that's also okay. You're totaling them all together. And that's why we set the minimum so that way you can work together. Dietary restrictions, if you have any specific dietary restrictions, for example, with your fruit or your vegetables, send us an email. We are happy to work with you. We want to make sure you are also successful in this challenge, and we don't want you to feel like you or your team is being penalized because maybe you have a dietary restriction or different dietary needs than others. So send us an email, and either of those emails listed there, and we will get in touch. So we talked about the team goals that you work on meeting, kind of how to log those. Next, we're going to talk about the individual weekly challenges. And these are the fun, unique challenges that will launch every week and are for you as an individual to complete. You could work on them together with your team members if you would like, but you are not required to. They're just kind of something additional for you to engage in over the next 8 weeks. These are self-log completions of the weekly challenges. So that means in order for you to receive the 20 points for completing the prompts for the current week, you would have to go and log those manually, and I'll show you where to log those in just a moment. In order to log it for points, you must complete 3 of 6 challenges each week, so 50%. You're welcome to do all 6 if you would like, but we just ask that you do 3 of the 6 each week and engage in those. And then, of course, when do these challenges launch? How do we find them? So these challenges will launch the Friday before each new week begins. That way you have a little wiggle room and time to plan for the upcoming week and what activities you want to put into your put into your week. And then, of course, where you will find these, they will be under the main tab on the wellness portal, and you'll be able to view them there. And some of these prompts do have links that are included for additional guidance, and you'll have those available as well. Logging weekly individual challenges. So you've completed week 1 and week 2, and now you're going to go log them. Where do I put them? You're going to go to physical wellness under the quarterly activities tab. And then you're going to scroll down to FitStart 2024 individual challenges. It's going to ask which week you are logging for, and then what items you from the challenge for that week you enjoyed the most. And then you should be able to click submit, and you should get the points directly onto quarter 1. Now you have until March 14th to completely log participation in all 8 weeks of the individual challenges. So you have a little bit of wiggle room once the challenge ends. If you're like, oh my goodness, I forgot to log the last 4 weeks. So you have a little bit of wiggle room to get those logged in. And one more thing I want to point out before we conclude is that if you have any type of restrictions, for example, you need to modify steps or something 1 week or for 2 weeks, any limitations, we can also work with you on those. Any of the individual goals, of course, we are absolutely happy to help work on those with you. So send us an email. You have questions, concerns, same thing, send us an email. Either one of the emails listed goes to us directly, and we will be happy to assist you.